Alright, this will be a quick little video to show you how to get a similar tone to Breaking Benjamin. And this Breaking Benjamin tone is going to be a lot closer to what they sounded like in We Are Not Alone. So first thing you want to do is open up Bias Effects or whatever amp modeling software you have. I'm using Bias Effects. All of them are kind of similar. Alright, first thing you want to do is add a gate to just control the fuzz that this amp right here creates, because this is a high gain amp. And then you need the splitter because we're actually going to be doubling the amps because there's two of them here. And this amp is called Insane Satan. Alright, and the only difference between the two amps here is if you look at the presence knob when I switch over to this one right here, it's just a little bit higher. Alright, and here's the settings for the amp. Gain is at 9, bass is at 3.5, middle is at 3, treble is all the way up, presence is at 6, and you can adjust the master for whatever you want when you're recording. On the other amp, the presence is at 6.5. And after that, there's just a little mixer here to just kind of blend the signals together. And then it's running through an EQ that looks like this. When I first got this preset, these EQ settings here were bumped up and it sounded really flubby in the low end. What's cool about Bias Effects is that it actually has a cloud where people can save and share their tones. So I went there. If you type in Breaking Benjamin, I found this one right here. And I'll actually show you what it looks like before I tweaked it. But to finish off, I'll just leave the EQ up here so you can kind of see the settings here. It's pretty flat up until you get to the 1K and 2K, and then it goes up from 4, 8, and 16. 4K is about 2.5 decibels, 8K is about 3.5 decibels, 16K is about 6 decibels. Alright, and then there's a delay pedal here at the end for playing lead that you can turn off and on. But to show you what the tone looks like when you first get it, this guy had it pretty close, but I deleted this mod because I don't need it unless there's like a clean. It was like a chorus setting, and there's no way to change this amp to clean that I'm aware of. If you know how, let me know. I deleted his drive pedal because it was just too much. Turn that off. I didn't touch the amp itself, but I did change the EQ. You can see over here that he had the lows boosted way up. I just got them down close to 0 because it was just too much bass. Alright, and that's it. I'll show you what it sounds like now. Alright, and if you want to play lead, just switch on this delay here and it sounds like this. Alright, and that's pretty much it for that tone. And if you listen to Breaking Benjamin a lot, you'll notice that their tone changes from album to album. As you can see, my version of Bias Effects is not the most expensive one, so it's very limited. So it doesn't come with all the amps. But here's a little trick for you if you have bias. You probably already know about this, is if you go to the tone cloud and you find other people's tones that have different amps than you, you can save that tone and then just use that amp. When I downloaded this one for Breaking Benjamin, I didn't have this amp, but now I do because I have the tone. Alright, so there's a little tip for you, and thanks for watching. Oh, and if you want to see more videos of like this, dialing in tones with Bias or Pod Farm, or if you want to see a tone video for other bands, just leave it in the comments below or on the request page of my website.